Welcome to the 2008 Bupa Great Manchester Run, the largest, biggest and best 10k race in Britain. 31,000 entries accepted. We think it's going to be close to that, towing the line.
Starting about 10:05. Probably finish about 10 past, something like that.
Okay, well the orange wave is underway.
I thought last year's time for me was quite impressive, looking back on it now. To actually be able to be anywhere near that after going through what I did last year would be, it'd just be out of this world, it'd be fantastic. Although it was tiring, it's all the crowd and everyone cheering and it spurs you on all the time. Okay, let's see how we've gone on then. You know, at 45, although it's still relatively young, I had led a very good life, and I was grateful for that. And if the worst comes to the worst, then so be it. Although that didn't mean I was actually going to give up, I was still going to fight every way. In 2006, we were in Manchester on the day of the run, and I saw a lot of people, you know, had just completed the run, and I just thought I'd like to do it. And from that day onwards, that's when I started taking it a bit seriously. When I first entered the Great Manchester Run in 2007, it was a bit of the unknown because I'd never entered anything like that. I had no idea of what time I could achieve. So to actually do it in 52:29, which was my final result, I thought I'd exceeded what I expected. I've been fortunate that I've never really been ill, you know, at anything really, at work or even at school. I'd never really had any time off with anything, even colds. People used to comment about how I never seemed to get poorly. And there was always something that I always thought that when it does come, it'll be a big one. I was picking my wife up from work, and I remember sitting in the car park outside of works waiting for her, and I was thinking, how am I going to tell her? How do I actually tell her this news? My first reaction was that he's got the wrong x-ray. I know people say it, but I actually did think that. I thought it can't be happening to me, I'm physically fit. I had to go for a number of tests. I had an MRA scan, a PET scan, a CAT scan, and I had a bronchoscopy. Well, as soon as the doctor told me that in his experience, he felt very strongly that it was lung cancer, I just couldn't quite believe it. It really was a shock. I mean, to most people, you hear the word cancer, it's like a death sentence. It's hard to think that I did have a tumour the size of a golf ball when I did the race. Maybe if I'd have known earlier and got rid of it then, I might have run it a bit quicker, you know, a little bit less weight. Probably see two marks there from that's where the drains were in. And then the actual scar itself. I always found myself wanting to do more. I never seemed to sit still when I was in hospital even, or when I got home. I had set myself a number of targets. The first one was walk down the corridor a couple of times. The next target was to go up and down the stairs, and then it was walk around the grounds. And then I think once I was home, the next target really was to just get back to work. Well, a couple of days after I came out of hospital, I thought I'd try and walk the dog. I walked on the field here, and I just about managed to make it to this stone or this bench, and sat down here and captured my breath for a few minutes, well, more than a few minutes. It was about all I could manage actually. But since then I've just sort of done a bit more every day. Penultimate target was go for the 5-mile run before the end of the year. And then the real target, the end one, was do the race, do the Manchester Run again. That was the final target that I wanted to achieve. Once I'd been given the all clear, that was it then. I felt on top of the world. I felt I could conquer anything. You can see the Hilton Hotel on the skyline, the tall building. That's the actual finish line. Oh, makes me feel good to be here. Looking back on everything I went through, I think doing the run this year, it's like the final piece in the jigsaw to my recovery. I suppose now it's getting nearer to the race day, I've upped the frequency of my training. And I'll make sure every single day now I'm actually running I try and do the 5 miles every day now. 2 hours from now I'll be actually in the middle of it all with about 7,000 people.
Welcome to the 2008 Bupa Great Manchester Run, the largest, biggest and best 10k race in Britain. 31,000 entries accepted. We think it's going to be close to that, towing the line.
Starting about 10:05. Probably finish about 10 past, something like that.
Okay, well the orange wave is underway.
I thought last year's time for me was quite impressive, looking back on it now. To actually be able to be anywhere near that after going through what I did last year would be, it'd just be out of this world, it'd be fantastic. Although it was tiring, it's all the crowd and everyone cheering and it spurs you on all the time. Okay, let's see how we've gone on then. Results.
56 minutes and 2 seconds.
I was 9,712. That's, I suppose out of 31,000, I'm in the top 30%. There's my medal. Second one. Hopefully the second of many. It's not real gold, I can assure you that. Hopefully, all being well, I can have a full year's training. I'll start on Monday, and you know, that's what I intend to do. Let's beat last year's time next year.